He finally came home. I still remember the day when my son left for the war. He looked so handsome in that blue uniform and the yellow bandana I gave him for good luck, though his friend Ferguson teased him for it at the train station and promised he'd come home with it when he hugged me goodbye. The following week I got a telegram in the mail that he was dead. Can you imagine that? 18 years old, and they told me my baby boy was laying dead somewhere in a distant land. I didn't believe them, of course. My Robert was different from all the other boys because he promised he would come home, and after many sleepless nights at prayer, he did. His handsome blue uniform was covered in mud and blood, and he was missing his bandana, but I wrapped my arms around him all the same because he was my son, and that's all that mattered. Though he didn't act the same as before. He explained to me that he had to hide away most of the time, and that no one could know he was there, and I agreed. He didn't quite sleep very much at night either. I prepared his bed and old room the way he left it, but he seemed to have more of an appetite than a mood for sleep, because when he came home the first thing he did was eat all the raw steak in the house. I thought nothing of it, until the day Ferguson stopped by while on furlough, with a yellow bandana and tears in his eyes, when he apologized, not keeping him safe. He tried to explain that he watched Robert die, but I showed him he was very much alive when I led him to Robert's room after making sure no one else knew he was in town. It was a real shame Ferguson never made it out of that room alive, but Robert has the appetite of a growing boy, and I'd do anything to keep my boy safe, for eternity.